Hello everybody and welcome to Cuba High School, home of the North Fulton Wildcats for this IHSA regional matchup between the South Fulton Lady Rebels and your North Fulton Lady Wildcats. North Fulton comes in with a record of 17-10 and they are the number 5 seed, and South Fulton comes in at 7-21 with the 10 seed. Some keys for tonight's game. Injuries have affected both teams all year. North Fulton just lost sophomore guard Olivia Miller to a broken ankle last game against Havana, and South Fulton has 2 starters that have been out for the season. Obviously, it affects both teams tremendously. Leading scorer for North Fulton coming into the game is Kaylee Haar, at about 15 points per game. She leads the team in points and rebounds. And then Megan Friel comes in with 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 steals. 10 points, I apologize. But we're going to pause for the national anthem. As we get through the starting lineups for both teams, the winner of this game will play Havana next Monday night in Lewiston. Illini Central 63-25 to advance on in the regional play. Both teams are pretty young this year. South Fulton starts 1 junior and 4 sophomores. The Wildcats start only 2 seniors, so a lot returning here next year. Tonight's game will be officiated by Dave Hasley, Jim Cahill, and Brian Sullivan. Here we are about to tip. Tip is won by South Fulton. As they bring it up the court, North Fulton starts in a man-to-man defense. Pass down the middle, and we have a travel. First turnover for South Fulton.
The Wildcats have a pretty experienced point guard here in Megan Freehill. She's a pretty good floor general. I think it's important for them to get off to a good start tonight, and a lot of that's going to be dependent on how well Megan keeps the team organized.
I agree there. She's a key to this team, and it's kind of a you go, we go thing with Megan. As Kaylee Hart gets a 3 up and off. Good box out by South Fulton. A nice little left-handed shot up by number 2, Abby Stevenson, for the score. The Wildcats come back down. 3 up for Maddie Hickman, off. Good hustle by both teams results in a jump ball. Wildcats will take it out underneath.
I think we had a few technical difficulties earlier, so just a little bit of background information. North Fulton and South Fulton have met. This will be the 3rd meeting between these two teams this season, and North Fulton has won the first 2, once in the county tournament and then once on this floor during the regular season. So Wildcats hoping for the sweep here tonight.
And it is going to be tough, as we talked about earlier. Not sure if it came through. The Wildcats did lose sophomore guard Olivia Miller last game, as Megan Freehill misses a 3-pointer. And, you know, she's kind of a key part to this team. All of her stats don't really show it, but she is just a grinder, and she does all the dirty work for the Wildcats.
First possession or 2 here, the Wildcats can't connect from the outside. I think, James, that might be a key for them tonight. We are not an overly tall team, and we rely heavily on good outside shooting. The game against Havana a few nights ago, we were hitting the 3s, and we were able to stay with Havana, and it was, you know, we actually had the lead late in the 4th, and that'll be a big key tonight. Can we make our open shots?
Yep. And as you can tell already, the Wildcats do play a pressure-based man-to-man defense, and that can cause problems for some teams as they look to get steals and get out on the fast break.
Nice little trap on the baseline there, and Wildcats come up with it.
Kind of a forced shot up there, maybe some contact, but no call. Pretty good defense. South Fulton gets the ball up, pass to the corner. You have a nice back cut there, and the layup missed. Good hustle by Megan Freehill. You have a jump ball. Ball screen out on the wing. Pass to the cutter, going to the hoop. Another shot up with the left. Off, out of bounds. North Fulton basketball. Kind of a sloppy game to start here, Coach. What's something the Wildcats can do right here to get a bucket?
Well, I mean, I think they have to be really choosy with their shot selection, and you know, looks like they're trying to get a forced curl there to the basket. You know, best way to get on the board. Layups are a high percentage shot. That looks like what they were looking for on that play. But somebody's just got to break the ice here. And you know, I think once they make that first basket, I feel like we'll see a little bit better rhythm. One key that Wildcat assistant coach Toshio Van Middlesworth told me earlier here before the game is sometimes they do come out and kind of start the game slow, and they do look to be slightly out of rhythm here. But that was one of the big keys in his mind, was, you know, trying to get off to a good start here.
Yep, and the Wildcats offense starting off slow, but their defense has been pretty good in keeping them in the game right now. Nice tip and hustle by Megan Freehill, but it'll stay to the Rebels. Inbound pass to the corner. Hard trying to keep her, and we got a block by Maddie Hickman. Megan Freehill brings it across the timeline as the Wildcats set up their offense. Cross-court pass to Kaylee Hart for the 3, and it's good. hopefully that'll open some things up.
I think her foot was on the line. I think they called that one a 2. But that's big just to get a bucket here. Hopefully that'll help them build a little bit of confidence, build some rhythm in their offense.
Another strip by Megan Freehill results in a foul. That'll be number 1, Belle Adkins. And we have a mass timeout. We will return to you shortly. As we come back to air, it'll be North Fulton Wildcat basketball. As South Fulton sets up their defense, Megan Freehill will bring it up the court.
Wildcats look like they're running kind of a 5-out motion here. Lots of down screens. Pretty good movement, really.
The Wildcats have used that all year. They use their screens well, and they're able to read them to get some open shots. The shot off by Kaylee Hart. Olivia Hanlon with the rebound. Passes to Megan Freehill. Maddie Hickman with the drive. Got a steal. Good hustle by Megan Freehill to prevent a layup.
That was a good job not fouling. She put enough pressure to bother the South Fulton player, but she remained disciplined and did not foul, and that's a good choice by Megan.
And back-to-back turnovers is not how you wanted to come out of that mass timeout, but we'll see if they can get a stop here. A back cut there. Good help defense. Shot up. We got a rebound. Kaylee Hart brings it up the court.
They've got us on a few of those back cuts so far.
That's one problem when you play this pressure man is you are vulnerable to that back cut if the team can use that properly.
Good flash by Hanson there. Stays with the Wildcats.
The offense is just not very crisp right now. A lot of tip passes, just some slow-moving cuts. Need to pick up the intensity a little bit.
And I wonder if there might be a few nerves at play here. This season, North Fulton has had 17 wins so far. That's the most in recent memory, and so they're not in the position of being an underdog. So I don't know if there's any nerves happening here. Just, I mean, tonight is win or go home. So. Was that Kaylee that picked up the offensive foul there?
Kaylee Hart picked up an offensive foul. That's going to be key for her to stay out of foul trouble for the Wildcats. They're a small team, and she is kind of physical, and they need that inside. Speaking of some physicality, number 35, Ashley Tarchioni, just checked in the ballgame for the Wildcats. She provides them with, another person that can kind of bang inside and hopefully get some rebounds.
Yeah, still look a little bit disjointed here.
So we have another turnover by the Wildcats. It'll be South Fulton ball on the sideline. Just good pressure there by Megan Freehill. Got under the screen well too, and there's another back cut. Good recovery. Ball back to the wing. Dribble attacking the middle. We have a made shot by number 23, Sophie Lascelles. We have a 3 up and no good by Callie Hansen. The ball will go back to the Rebels.
So not the start we were looking for, but I still think defensively we're pretty sound. I'm not sure the game. Offensively, I know we're a much better offensive team than we've demonstrated so far. And so as long as our defense can continue to put pressure on the ball and on the defensive end, I think we're fine. We just need to get out and run a little bit like that.
And there you go. That's the defense creating points for the offense right there, as we had Sam Munson with the block on one end, Megan Friel with the push. Kaylee Hart ran the floor really nice there for the open layup. Got the shot up by 23, and that is good. Sophie Lascelles with the 3 for the Rebels.
Got about 8 seconds left. Freehill spins in the lane, kicks it out to Har, and she answers.
That right there is a great answer by the Wildcats. They pushed the ball down the floor, and that really came from Megan Friel attacking, drawing that extra defender, and then Kaylee Har being ready to shoot the basketball.
When Megan gets into the paint, defense collapses, and we do have some shooters, and so it's just a matter of hopefully we can make open threes and open shots when they're available. At the quarter break here, we'll take care of a little bit more business. Running the show up here tonight is James Sams. I'm going to flip the camera around here in a minute. So James Sams is running lead on commentary. My name is Jay Brenner. I'm backing him up. And then Julie Vass, who coached a lot of these girls in junior high, actually. She is providing us with some stats as we go along here. So that's your broadcast team for the night. Referees, I don't know if we were able to mention this earlier when we were having some technical difficulties, but it is a veteran crew, Dave Hasley, Jim Cahill, and Brian Sullivan. So we are moving into the second quarter, tied up at 7 apiece.
And to kind of summarize that first quarter, Kaylee Har scored all 7 for the Wildcats, while Sophie Lascelles scored 5 for the Rebels, and Abby Stevenson added 2 points, and that's how we get to our 7-7 score.
Kaylee is the leading scorer for this team, averaging right around 15 points a game.
And the thing about Kaylee, too, is she can do it from inside and outside. She's kind of our only post presence. She can also step outside and knock down a 3, as you saw in that first quarter. Nice screen and roll there by the Rebels. Good help defense. And we have a jump ball. And that will stay with the Rebels. Excuse me, that'll go to the Wildcats.
Getting some instructions there from the bench on looking to attack. I mean, that's such an important offensive principle. That ball's got to get to the middle. And, that'll just open up good scoring opportunities from the outside. Good rebound there by Hanlon.
The Wildcats are getting good shots right now. They're just not falling. I think if they continue to run this offense, they'll start to knock down some shots. Olivia Hanlon tips that ball out of bounds. It will result in a sideline out for the Rebels.
Hanlon may be a bit of an X factor tonight. A couple nights ago against Havana, she hit some big three-point shots. And, if you can spread that scoring out a little bit, take some of that burden off of Kaylee. Ooh, nice steal by Megan there.
Nice hustle back by number 10, Gorsuch. But that was a good hedge right there by Megan Freehill. And again, the Wildcats defense proving to be that X factor here. But yes, I agree about Olivia Hanlon. She is a senior on this team, and hopefully she can provide some leadership, having been in this situation before, and lead some of these younger players and get them settled in this game. Nice little shot fake there by Freehill. Drive, kick out to Kaylee Hard for a 3. No good.
It's good luck.
And that's all you can ask for, really. You just got to trust that these shots will start to fall. Rebels have a little horn set here. Drive to the right side. Kick back to a handoff.
Gonna run it back. Didn't like it the first time. Let's see what we get the second time, I guess, huh?
And, Olivia Hanlon's defense right there just preventing that ball screen, and it just did not work.
Active hands in the middle.
And just kind of an ill-advised pass right there. You work so hard on defense for that steal and then just give it right back to them. So we have an open through right there for Gorsuch, and it's good. Giving away those possessions can really hurt you in the long run of the game. Hamlin with a nice drive, and we got a foul. It'll be 2 shots for Hamlin, who is a very good shooter. That is Belle Atkins' second foul.
Atkins, I believe, is South Fulton's leading scorer on the year. I mean, that could play a factor here as the game wears on. But it looks like they're just going to let her play through it for now.
That's just trusting one of your better players to play smart, because, if your leading scorer goes out, that could change the complex of the whole basketball game. The baseline drive and a tip by Maddie Hickman results in a steal. Nice outlet pass to Megan Freehill down the court. 3-pointer is off. South Fulton with the rebound. Man, one thing about South Fulton is they do box out very well. The ball goes up, and there are 5 people finding a body. Number 20, Lexi Height, just got fouled on a 3-pointer by number 12, Sam Munson. It is just, coaches just hate when you foul a jump shooter, especially beyond the 3. First free throw is up and no good. Short off the front of the rim. Second throw is on the way. Again, short. Number 15, France, checks into the game for the Rebels. The third free throw is up. We have a lane violation.
On South Fulton.
Yep, Height crossed the line before it hit the rim, and North Fulton got kind of lucky, and no points were scored off of that foul by Munson.
Lid's still kind of on the hoop, and man, we are getting decent shots. We're attacking the paint, getting the ball to the paint, kicking out to shooters, and man, you hope some of those here start to fall as the game wears on.
The one thing you can't do is get frustrated and start forcing. As said earlier, your defense is keeping you in this game right now. Just keep running your offense and keep taking those good shots, and they will start to fall. Got a ball screen here by Munson, rejected by Freehill. Nice drive and kick. 3-pointer still not falling for the Cats. Freehill hustles for the rebound, out to Olivia Hanlon. Off the right of the rim, board by France. then there's that back cut again. Ball tipped. And we'll be going to a masked timeout.
Looks like they're bringing Kaylee Hart back into the game here. Try to get a little bit more firepower on offense. Hopefully that's going to work out for us. The winner of tonight's game will advance to play Havana next Monday night down in Lewistown, in the Lewistown Regional.
And Havana played Illini Central today and won 63-25, so they won pretty comfortably. And they are the third-ranked team in the state by the media at the moment.
Wildcats had them here 2 nights ago, and we're actually up 3 late in regulation. Havana hit a 3 to tie it, sent it to overtime, and Havana ended up winning. But Wildcats played an absolute outstanding game a few nights ago. So, I mean, obviously the hope is take care of business tonight and then, have another crack at Havana. But Wildcats are trailing by 2 at this point.
And this is a very capable Wildcats team, with 17 wins on the year. They beat Farmington this year. They beat Lewiston this year. A couple big wins. And, just to get to Havana and have that chance, if their shots are falling, they can beat anybody. We have an inbound here for South Fulton. And then there's that back cut again. That'll result for a layup for Belle Atkins.
Kind of slipped that ball screen and cut to the basket.
Shots off and out of bounds, and it'll be South Fulton basketball. If you are going to trust everybody to get up and hedge hard and try to down ball screens, then you really need that help side to be there, and it just wasn't their last possession.
Sam Munson guarding the ball. She's another outstanding on-ball defender. Her and Megan, they're doing a pretty good job at applying pressure on the ball. But as you mentioned before, South Fulton is kind of taking advantage of that on back cuts.
And that was just a simple cross screen right there, and went over it instead of going under, and it led to a basket for the Rebels, 14-8. Still no need to panic. The Wildcats just need to run their offense as they get a good shot from Olivia Hanlon, and it's up and in.
That's pretty big for us here, trying to get somebody else on the board besides Kaylee. Brings us back to within 3. Ooh,
got
good,
a trap from
good
the ball.
double in the corner, and we're off and running.
Got a 2-on-2 here, Megan Freehill. Nice little stutter stop out to Kaylee Hart for the 3, no good. However, rebound by Olivia Hanlon.
And up and in. Kaylee, she's not the tallest girl on the court, but man, Kaylee is strong. She's a strong girl. You can see it on that move. She just got that rebound, went right back at it, and maybe even took a little bit of contact, but was still able to finish.
And the one thing I like about these girls right now is their shots aren't falling, but that came off of 2 offensive rebounds. So they're still attacking the glass, and Megan is getting to the lane whenever she wants to. We just got to start knocking down our shots once she kicks it out.
Yep.
And there's Kaylee Hart right there with another rebound. Megan Freehill stripped by LaSalle's. As we close down this second quarter, we got about a minute and a half left. Sam Munson will get tagged with a reach-in foul. That will be her second foul.
Yeah, it's only their second team foul, I believe, or third team foul.
Refs letting them play here, and it's been a pretty well-played basketball game.
Yeah, that's correct. Both teams are playing hard.
They're both kind of playing similar type, man defenses and running that 5-out screen game. And You know, as you can see in the score, it's 14-13. Both teams pretty balanced right now. So Wildcats look to be getting in the set.
Yep, Freehill's kind of directing traffic from up top.
We have an illegal screen there by Callie Hansen. It'll be her first foul. It looks like we have a timeout by South Fulton, a full timeout. 1:03 left in the second quarter. Score right now, South Fulton 14, North Fulton 13.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, North Fulton, we just need to keep playing our game. You know, I think we're getting good looks on offense. We just need some of those to fall. Maybe if we can get some shots closer to the rim, you know, after attacking the paint. You know, layups are your friend. Very high percentage shot. So our defense has been pretty good. We just gotta hit some shots and keep putting pressure on them offensively.
Yes, and as we've said before, the offense is there. Shots just aren't falling. But if they keep running their offense like they are, I have some confidence that they'll start knocking down some shots. Against West Prairie the other night, their first 4 scores were three-pointers. They were quickly out to a 12-0 lead. So the talent is there. They're really working it around, and the shots are there, and they will fall. They just can't lose confidence. As Sam Munson is out there with 2 fouls still.
Yeah, I think they just like that quicker lineup a little bit better here, able to keep some pressure on the ball. Just got to play smart.
So Kaylee Hart works hard to front the post. Tip by Hanlon results in a steal. Sam Munson out on the fast break. Left-handed layup is up and good.
Good finish, good finish. It was a good pass by Hart, too. Kind of lost the ball momentarily and still kept her composure to push it ahead.
And that's an impressive finish by Munson, who's only a sophomore. That was with her weak hand, and she had some contact. There's another steal by the Wildcats. And a nice pass up to Kaylee Hart. Layup is up. Tipped out of bounds. Good hustle back there by 23, Sophie LaSalle's. But that's what you want to see for North Fulton right now, is kind of pushing the pace, getting some easy buckets.
Yep.
Three-pointer off by Hanlon. We got 15 seconds left in the second quarter. Abby Stevenson brings it up. 5 seconds left.
Again, you just don't want to foul in this situation. Just put pressure on them without fouling.
And man, that last possession, great defense by North Fulton. And that's been kind of the story of the half, as we have a very tight basketball game. North Fulton 15, South Fulton 14.
And we're back here. The second half's almost underway. And so I'm Jay Brenner, James Sands. We got Julie Vass over there keeping stats for us. Thank you so much, Julie. I know she, I'm sure, enjoys watching this game. A lot of these girls played for her. She's our junior high girls coach. And so she knows a lot of these girls, years and years of history there. So James, as we get into the second half here, what are we looking at? What do we think? What do we need to see?
Well, South Fulton had 11 turnovers that first half, so it's key for North Fulton to keep turning them over. You'd like to see some more transition opportunities come from that and us to be able to score a little bit more. But, we only had 4 turnovers. Har ended up with 9 points in that first half. She's been key. Be nice to get a couple other girls to start to score the ball a little bit. South Fulton with a nice little pick and roll, and there's another turnover.
I mean, in my mind, it seems like the key, the missing ingredient the first half is just knocking down some of those shots. I mean, I think they're running their offense about the way they want to run it. I mean, they're getting to the paint, they're kicking, they're finding good shooters, and just got to get the lid off the hoop. And so hopefully, they'll be able to accomplish that. South Fulton here 2 possessions in a row where they're trying to run that little screen and roll. You're right, they are running just about the same offense that we are here. That 5 out, and they just kind of call an action to begin the possession, whether it's down screens or ball screens. Nice little curl there.
Abby Stevenson drives to the hoop, gets the shot up, and she is fouled by number 11, Maddie Hickman. And free throws could play a huge part in the second half as well. South Fulton was 0 for 3 in that first half. But in a close game, we all know free throws can, make or break your team. That one is up and good. In a defensive game like this, each bucket just seems like it means so much more than, in a high-scoring game. 2 points can feel like 4 sometimes. But, there's a nice little cross screen right there as Kaylee Hart comes across, catches at the elbow, and puts it in.
Yeah, that looked like a little quick hitter.
And, these girls do have a lot of those in their system. And, Coach Davis does a good job of putting those in, and these girls run them pretty well. That shot is up, no good. Kaylee Hart with another rebound. Megan Freehill gets to the lane. Nice left hand, but it was off the front of the rim. South Fulton pushes it back. Got a nice little trap there by North Fulton. A kick will keep the ball here for the Rebels.
Yeah, it was a good trap on the sideline. Lady Wildcats, they seem to be, pretty smart about that. They just recognize those opportunities. And Gorsuch gets the 3 up, no good. Maddie Hickman with the rebound as she pushes. Ooh, nice pass ahead.
Floor, left hand up, and it's good.
Nice pass ahead from Hickman. Way to look for your teammate.
And that's exactly what you like to see. Kaylee Har, running the floor right there. She's gassed looking out there, you can tell, but she's still working hard. With the injury to Olivia Miller, this bench is pretty shallow for the Cats, so they need a lot of people, or a few amount of people to play a lot of minutes, as Olivia Hanlon's 3 is up and no good. But that's a shot you want. She's maybe your best shooter out there on the floor, and you will live with that shot by her every time. And that is another missed shot by South Fulton, forced by the good defense of the Wildcats, as Samantha Munson checks into the game for Callie Hansen.
Looks like they're going to give Adkins a breather here. I think Adkins is their leading scorer.
It would be nice for the Lady Cats to take advantage of this while she's on the bench.
Nice post feed.
The ball's kind of flying around here for the Cats. And a drive and dish from Megan Freehill out to Maddie Hickman. No good. Will go out of bounds. Ball to the Rebels.
Yeah, lid is kind of still on the hoop here early into the second half. We're up 2 and we're playing really good defense. I think we'd all be a little bit more comfortable if the lead was 6, 7, 8 rather than just 2, but the defense is definitely bothering South Fulton. And I mean, even on nights where the offense isn't clicking, you got to have a good defense to help you win some of these games.
And that's what with these two, Callie Hansen and Sam Munson, kind of stepping in for Liv Miller. Those two just work so hard on defense. You see Munson down there right now just fighting her way around that post-up. She's giving up size down there, but she didn't just stay behind. She got around, and we got a tip out of bounds. That's just great defense. North Fulton scrambling a little bit here. Give up that 3 in the corner, no good. As Kaylee Hard gets a leak out again. Sam Munson, nice outlet pass. There's another layup. And, man, when your shots are not falling, if you can get down the floor on that fast break and get easy buckets, that'll just ease everybody back into the offense.
4-point lead now for the Wildcats. I may be wrong, but I think that might be the largest lead of the night. It's got to be awful close.
Ooh, pretty good defense, but she's going to be called for a hand check right there. We saw South Fulton kind of set up that horn set again where they're looking to get to a ball screen on either side. The Wildcats have done a good job of kind of making them avoid that, getting between their girl and the screener.
I think Megan's body position there was good. I just think she got a little bit too handsy there. Maybe both hands on the South Fulton player at once, and so ref called her for the hand check.
Shot is up, no good by Haley Hickle. As Maddie Hickman brings it down the court. Hansen back to Hickman. Cross court to Miller. Kind of in scramble mode right now. Okay, and you can see it's Kaylee Hart's three's up and good. And that's just finding the open person, cross court pass, right in the shooting pocket.
I think that was Munson on that pass. It'll be interesting to see as South Fulton takes a timeout here. They're giving Megan Freehill a little break. I mean, she hasn't come off the floor yet tonight, but I think she might have tweaked an ankle there. You know, how the Wildcats, what offense, who will take over point guard duties, and how well they'll keep the Wildcats organized. It might be Munson, but that time she made a great pass there across court and hit Kaylee. So as the Wildcats open up now a 7-point lead, and hopefully the offense here is starting to click.
And, you know, Megan Freehill hasn't put up the stats or the points she usually does, but with Liv Miller out, Megan's really our only point guard, and the way she has run the offense today, she has found a lot of open shooters. She's playing a very good ball game.
Yeah, I mean, every good team, every solid team, I mean, you have to have, I think, a good point guard who has a command of the offense, who can handle the ball, who can defend, and so Megan checks all those boxes. I want to say maybe earlier this week, she went for 26, I believe, over at Peoria Heights. And I didn't see that game, but I did watch the Havana game a few nights ago, and she might have only scored 6 or 7 against Havana, but I was super impressed with her court presence. And so hopefully that's just a little tweak of the ankle, and she'll find her way back to the court. But it sure is nice to have a 7-point lead there. You get a little cushion. It looks like she is checking back in right now.
You know, she just commands so much attention from the defense because of her ability to get to the hoop, and she just opens up all the shooters, and the Cats just got to keep shooting. So we're starting to get a little bit of intensity from the student section over there as they're on their feet for the first time, and that is always nice to see.
Yep, a little bit of home court advantage.
And there's good defense by Har. You know, South Fulton took that timeout to kind of try to set up a play, get some momentum, and there's Sam Munson again. Yeah. Just working hard, getting around, not letting the size of Stevenson affect her down there.
Yeah, very, very scrappy defender, and I mean, that's great defense, getting in the middle of it there.
And there's that forced curl again, leading to a ball screen for Freehill, who gets downhill, kick to Munson, whose shot is up, off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound there by France. And what's impressive about Har is we talked about her inside presence, is she's out guarding South Fulton's point guard, and she's doing a pretty good job with that too, as Freehill gets the rebound.
Yep, pretty versatile player.
She dribbles down the court. Her three is up and good. You know, Coach Davis, mad. You know, you make a shot. He wanted them in a press, and, you know, you get back, and not everything is done on the offensive end, but she recovers, makes a nice steal, gets to the hoop. Her layup is up, no good. Sam Munson right down there again with the rebound. Kick across the Har. Drives, her layup is up and good. And this is huge for North Fulton, and South Fulton takes another timeout.
Yep. Looks like a pretty good call there by Coach Davis. That was probably discussed during the timeout to kind of jump South Fulton with that press. And, I mean, that was a pretty tough shot by Megan off the dribble, you know, bringing it across half court, but it was nothing but net. And she was probably pretty pleased with the shot that she forgot they were pressing, but she got back, got the steal, and turns into 2 more points here for the Wildcats. So now we're up at a 12-point lead, 29-17. I mean, they seem to be, you know, the defense has been solid all night. Now the offense is starting to open up for them a little bit and using their defense to create some offense.
And that's the thing there, the defense right there just directly produced 2 buckets. And in a game like this, that's huge. A 12-point lead right now, biggest of the night for the Wildcats.
And, I mean, the game's not over. There's 2.5 minutes left. But with the defense the Wildcats have been playing all night, I mean, 12 points, South Fulton, I feel like they're really going to struggle to make that up. I mean, that's a tall order against this defense of the Wildcats.
And the big thing here for North Fulton is...
As we get another steal.
The kick up to Sam Munson as she runs the floor. Just got caught under the hoop a little bit. Didn't recognize where she was at. There's a little scramble there for the loose ball. There'll be a foul on Olivia Miller.
Hanlon.
Yep, sorry.
Yeah, she's not real sure what she did, but, you know, sometimes questionable calls are part of the game. You know, whether it was an actual foul or not. Sometimes refs make mistakes too. You just got to play through it. Got to have a little bit of mental toughness and, you know, just get a stop down here on the defensive end and go get back to work. Just like that. And Hanlon is the one that comes up with that steal.
And the thing right now is you want to keep pushing the ball, and you want to keep trying to get those fast break opportunities. However, with this lead built up, you don't want to force a bad shot.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, Wildcats want to make sure that they just get a good shot, get their shot every possession.
So we got 1:30 left here in the third quarter at Cuba High School. Again, winner will move on to face Havana Monday night at Lewiston. Nice little drive by Adkins there, or Stevenson.
Stevenson, I believe, yeah.
And the one thing there is she caught it and drove right to her left, and she is left-handed, so we got to kind of make that adjustment and close out to her strong side. We'll see what the Wildcats set up here. Again, there's that forced curl. We'll see if it leads to the ball screen. It does, but it was overplayed. Nice drive by Freehill. Shot from the free throw line is no good.
Little jump by Kaylee. Missed it.
And then there's that size of Stevenson right there, kind of leading to that rebound and putback as she'll go to the line and shoot 2. That foul is on Megan Freehill.
That is her second foul, I believe.
Stevenson's free throw is up and out.
You know, sometimes even when you have decent position, you know, when you're boxing out a taller player, I mean, every rebound is, you know, kind of a sketchy proposition there. That time, Megan might have been slightly out of position, but you know, scrapped for it and picked up the foul.
It'd be nice for the Wildcats to end the quarter with a bucket here. We'll see what they do. As the ball's tipped out, Freehill recovers. Back
to the 5 out with down screens.
Hanson post up. Back to Munson at the top of the key. 25 seconds left. Liv Hanlon with the drive out to Freehill. Shot is off.
Mid-range pull-up, got about 13 seconds left.
A drive to the corner, automatic back cuts off. 5 seconds. We'll see if the Cats can get anything out of this.
Freehill's going to fire this one. Oh, nope. Decides to pass it up.
And that's just, even if she didn't have a great shot there, you know, the defender was right there. That's just one you'd like to see go up, at least have a chance at knocking down a bucket. But at the end of 3, we have North Fulton 29, South Fulton 18.
Went from, I'm just kind of going from memory, I believe it was like a 1 or a 2-point lead at halftime maybe. I think, yes, we were up 15-14 at half. And so we increased that lead from 1 to 11. Pretty good third quarter.
The Wildcats outscored the Rebels 14-4 in that quarter. And South Fulton, again, in the third quarter had 6 turnovers, and that has been the difference in this ballgame.
Yeah, a lot of our offense has been created by our defense.
And, you know, North Fulton only had 2, and one of them I remember was the very first possession. So they kind of settled in, and, you know, that, again, that's the difference in this ballgame right now.
So it looks like the Wildcats are going to begin the fourth quarter with Haar, Hanson. We got Hickman out there, Hanlon out there, and Freehill.
And it would be nice, you know, the first 3 minutes of this quarter could, you know, tell the rest of the game. If the Wildcats can increase their lead, it should get pretty comfortable. They can't let the Rebels back in this ball game. There's a nice tip by Hanlon, and the Wildcats defense, again, just proving to be the deciding force in this game.
Yeah, no easy buckets, that is for sure. You know, South Fulton has not had an easy bucket in a long time, and they got to work really hard even just to get a look.
Kicked ahead to Hanlon in the corner. Wildcats set up their offense. Freehill gets them in their offense. Looks over to Coach Davis for their set. There's that forced curl again. As Freehill pops, and we got a foul. Should be Wildcats ball on the side. And now is when, you know, your fast break is over. The clock is stopped. It would be nice to run some time here and only take either a layup or a just clean, wide open shot. There's no need to force anything right now with an 11-point lead.
They've been, the Wildcats have been fairly disciplined with their shot selection.
There's an open 3 in the corner, short. Good box out by South Fulton there, not allowing Megan Freehill to get the ball as they bring it across the timeline here. Dribbled down in the corner. And then just that Wildcat pressure leading to another turnover. So Freehill walks it up here. Looks like Coach V calling something out down there.
Might be getting Megan a look here.
Again, that forced curl. And instead of the ball screen this time, they have a down screen for Haar. Not there. And there's that screen for Haar again. As they kind of created a one-on-one for Megan over there, who wisely kicked it out. Hanlon with a nice little baseline drive. Rebound by Hanson out to Freehill, no good. And Hanlon's right there for the rebound. Haar driving with a nice little spin move out to Hanson for the 3, and it's good.
Good to see Callie Hanson finally knock one down, and Wildcats go back to that press.
You know, they're just trying to, you know, kind of put their foots down, and Liv Hanlon tries to take a charge. Good attempt, but just wasn't quite there.
I think, you know, Callie Hanson has kind of been forced to step up a little bit this season. Elise Mathis went down, you know, really early in the season, maybe even preseason with a knee injury. And, you know, she figured to be a really big interior presence for this Wildcat group. And then Olivia Miller who just went down with that broken ankle last game. I mean, you know, so Callie's stepping in and playing some extended minutes here, doing a great job, very physical on the boards, and was able to knock a shot down on that last possession. There she is again, getting her hand on the rebound and kind of tips it to Megan.
And that's what's so impressive about this Wildcat team is there's a nice little ball fake up and in for Megan Freehill as she uses the glass. Maddie Hickman with the steal right back, and it's good. And that is huge, forcing another timeout for the Rebels. As man, that North Fulton pressure just, it has been great all game, but extending it just leads to another easy basket.
Yep, that was. I mean, there's still 5 minutes left. You know, you can't call the game yet, but that was man. Hansen hit a three, and then we had back-to-back scores there. You know, just in a matter of seconds. So Wildcats just rattle off 3 baskets right in a row, extend the lead from you know 36 to 18 here, and I don't see any way that South Fulton can come back from this lead. They don't look like they're a real pressure-oriented team, and I think the Lady Wildcats have the athletes to handle any type of press, and our swarming defense is making everything tough. I'm not sure how they're going to score 18 points here in the next 5 minutes.
Well, you'd like to think they won't be able to. You know, starting this quarter, the Rebels had 18 points, and they're still stuck on 18. So just this quarter alone, the Lady Cats are on a 7-0 run. And again, just we've said it many times tonight, but it's worth repeating. It's, you know, this defense has just been very impressive. They're giving up size, but the way they work to get positioned down low is pretty impressive.
And I think, you know, it's always easy to have more confidence when you're up 18 points, you know, but I think getting some of those buckets and extending that lead little by little, you know, from 2 points to 7 points. And I mean, we're definitely playing with a little bit more confidence now. We don't look tentative at all. And so ready here for a nice, you know, close out to the game here for this last 5 minutes.
And it would be nice to finish this game strong, you know, to build some momentum going into Monday. There's another turnover by South Fulton, you know, and there's kind of missed on a gamble attempt there, but Maddie Hickman was in help side and forced that travel. Just over 5 minutes left in the game here. Freehill brings it up. And that's a nice little set they've been running with many options. That's the first I've seen that tonight, a little double ball screen. Ball's tipped. Good adjustment to make that pass out, and then it's kind of an unforced error right there.
Freehill thought somebody was behind her and just kind of let that one go.
And there's good help side by Liv Hanlon, but called for the foul there. A little bit of contact. Just on the arm there as she was just a step late in help side. So we have a 1-and-1 here for Stevenson.
Going back to some of the keys of the game that Wildcat assistant coach Tosh Van Middlesworth talked to us about. One was limiting turnovers, and you know, after the first few minutes we had a few turnovers, and then we kind of settled in, and the Wildcats have played a pretty clean game this far, and so that has been one pretty big key. And the second one that he mentioned was getting out to a good start, kind of a fast start, which we did not until the third quarter. We seemed to really be able to break it open with you know, some defensive pressure and putting that press on after a couple made baskets as Hansen gets a good rebound and is going to get a few trips to the line here.
You know, we started talking earlier before the Wildcats got a couple steals and we got interrupted, but you talked about Hansen kind of stepping up here, and her and Munson both, you know, they were JV players at the beginning of the year, not expected to get a ton of time. And then these last few games, they've been huge, getting a lot of playing time, especially once Liv Miller went down, and they have stepped up really nice for the Wildcats today.
And Haar's back on South Fulton's point guard. They just switched that ball screen.
And that is the good thing about, having girls that are – that's a nice finish by Stevenson right there with some contact. But having girls that are kind of the same size, you can switch all screens, so you shouldn't get caught at a disadvantage. And the Cats have done a good job. And that is the first points for the Rebels this quarter. Just a nice little post-up by Hanson, and that is up and in.
Good finish on the left block there.
Yep, and the Wildcats answer right back. And that's a tough finish, on the weak side. There's a nice spin over her right shoulder to finish at the rim there. There's a shot up by Stevenson. Long.
I think what we may begin to see here is, so far South Fulton's been, kind of patient on offense a little bit. And, now they're getting a good feed by Freehill there. They're getting to the point there, we got 3.5 minutes left. They're down 19 points. I think you're going to see them, try to force the tempo a little bit more on offense. And, as soon as they, first open shot. So Wildcats, hopefully we'll be able to even extend the lead a little bit here if we just collect rebounds and go make shots on the other end.
Yep, and the key to the game right now is just going to be taking care of the basketball. You're up 19 points. You don't even have to shoot the ball the rest of the game, but we can't have turnovers that lead to easy buckets. South Fulton so far this second half has 10 turnovers to North Fulton's 3, and that is why North Fulton has been able to extend the lead.
Yeah, that would be, I believe, 21 turnovers for the game for South Fulton, and it's tough. It is tough to win a high school basketball game once you get up close to 20 turnovers. That's, in theory, 20 extra possessions that you're giving the other team, and that is, a major reason here for the 19-point lead for the Wildcats.
And Kaylee Harr, the second half, she has still been huge for the Wildcats, especially that third quarter. She ended up with 11 points in that quarter, 11 of 14 for the Wildcats. So she's kind of put the team on her back today scoring-wise. But, the Cats have done a good job of finding her and getting her the ball in good positions to score.
Yeah, she hasn't scored yet this quarter, but it looks like she's got 20 points on the night.
And she's taken so much of the defense's attention right now. Megan's had a couple buckets this quarter. Callie Hansen has scored a couple. So what Kaylee did those first few quarters is kind of opening everything up for the other Cats. One thing I would like to see in the last 3 minutes, I'd like to see Liv Hanlon knock down a shot, get some confidence, because to compete against Havana, we are going to need her to knock down some outside shots. South Fulton is going to have to extend their pressure a little bit.
Good curl, good kick.
And then there's a shot made by Samantha Munson. And if she can do that, she works so hard on the defensive end. If she could provide offense, everything there is just a bonus for you. Just under 3 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Cats up 21. There's a three up and no good. Bounced off the back of the rim. It'll be out of bounds. Wildcat ball. Now I know this time situation, I know my coach in high school would not have let us shoot at all. What are kind of your thoughts on here? Coach, what do you do on offense here?
I mean, the lead is such which you're up 20,
and it's good.
When you're up 21, you got a little bit more leeway. I mean, if you're up 6 or 8, maybe that I'd lean a little bit that way. But you're up 21. As long as you don't take a silly off-balance shot or a really really tough shot. I mean, that last three from Freehill, she was open in rhythm. And, we're still up 22 at this point with 2 minutes left. And so I think you just focus on taking good shots. And, they are what they are.
Yep.
As Hansen knocks in another one.
And, here's where we just talked building some momentum going into Monday. That is huge to see those shots go down, especially from the sophomore there. We see both coaches kind of emptying the bench here. Subs are ready to go in at the next dead ball.
Yep. Har with the steal.
And, you know, that has been there all night, the Wildcats defense here.
Looks like we're kind of taking the foot off the gas a little bit here.
Yep.
Coach Davis just calls a timeout to get some subs in, and I think the starter's job is done for tonight. Yep. High fives all around as the girls go to the bench. An outstanding second half for the Wildcats, taking a 1-point lead now to a 25-point lead.
And like we talked about at halftime, I think the Wildcats played the same game they did the first half. They just knocked down their shots the second half. And, you know, that's the name of the game. You make your shots, you're going to look like a good team. It sounds simple, but it really is. A nice drive by Munson, who gets it up there with her left, but it's off.
And the Wildcats were able to string together a few makes, and that really helps too. They, you know, there was one time there where they scored 7 points in about 20 seconds, you know, and that kind of pushed it out to like an 18-point lead, I think. But they had a few of those little bursts maybe after the press, and where they just, you know, the lead jumped by 5, 6, 7 points there in less than a minute, and that really kind of broke the game open for them.
And the story of the day has been the Wildcat defense, and that is the one thing you like to see, because no matter what, you know, scoring only, was it 15 points the first half? They only gave up 14. So their defense will be able to keep them in any game going forward.
Yeah, the saying is defense travels. And so, you know, next Monday night, as Patterson gets a rebound there, next Monday night when we head down to Lewistown, definitely going to have to bring a great defensive game to hang with the Havana Ducks.
Yes, and that game at Lewistown, I believe, is a 7 o'clock start. If you want to go support your Lady Cats, it would be nice to get a good crowd down there. These girls definitely deserve it.
Looks like the Wildcats are somewhat content. Oh, is that Tarchioni?
Ashley Tarchioni.
Getting in on the action. It looks like we got one more sub here coming back in. Taking
Maddie Hickman comes
Madison
out
Hickman. She's a senior, correct,
yep,
James?
Senior. Her and Liv Hanlon both just played, you know, their final game at home, and this is awesome for them to finish with the win. And, you know, 4 great years to the program here, and they're a big part of the success of this girls team this year.
Definitely a great way to end your you know, high school basketball season on your home floor, going out with the big win in regionals on your home court. That's pretty cool.
And that'll wrap it up. We have North Fulton 50, South Fulton 22. You know, a 1-point game at half. The Cats' offense exploded that second half and led to this big win. And that is just great for these girls. Hopefully they built some confidence, and they got a big one against Havana on Monday.
But before we sign off here, kind of a few, you know, last-minute credits here. I want to thank Justin Georges. He's our tech guy here at Cuba High School, and he got us set up here with the sound equipment and the cameras. And Justin is awesome, second to none when it comes to setting up all this AV equipment for us and teaching us how to use it and run it. And so thank you to Justin. And Alex Moore is behind the camera tonight. Does a fantastic job, fantastic kid. He's a senior here at Cuba High School, and so he's kind of running the mixer up there and the camera. And also a thanks to Julie Vass for keeping some stats for us here, and you know, keeping us current with scoring leaders and whatnot. But a great job by the Lady Wildcats tonight. I know they're not satisfied with one regional victory. I know they're looking for bigger things next Monday night.
And to just kind of wrap it up for the Wildcats, Olivia Hanlon ended up with 4 points. Callie Hansen with 9, but they were big. They were all in the fourth quarter when we kind of needed to push the game away, and we did. She had a couple threes there and ended up with 9 points. Sam Munson had 4 points and was just phenomenal on defense for the Wildcats. Kaylee Har ended up with 20. Megan Freehill, you know, we talked about her not scoring. She didn't score at all the first half. Ended up with 10 points in that second half. And then Ashley Tarchioni tossed in that 3 at the end, which is always good to see when a sub can come in and knock down a shot, because she played a little bit in the first half, so you never know, especially if Kaylee gets in some foul trouble. You know, Ashley might be called upon, and it's kind of nice to see her knock down a shot there at the end.
Yep. Good all-around game by the Lady Wildcats. Great to see Coach Davis get a regional win here, and looks like he's over talking to the radio station that's also broadcasting the game with Megan Freehill, the junior point guard. So, I mean, I think we've already mentioned it before, but great pressure defense on the ball, great defense by the Lady Wildcats. The lid kind of finally came off the hoop there in the second half, and they were able to turn some defense into offense. Good team win. Any other final thoughts, James, before we sign off here tonight?
It was just impressive the way the Wildcats kept their composure. You know, it could have been very easy. That first half, they were down, 4 to 6 points at some point, and it would have been very easy for them to fold, force up some bad shots. But they just kept working. They kept getting their open shots, and they knocked them down in that second half. And again, that's just nice to see going into Monday, building some momentum. And we got a very solid basketball team, and Monday's going to be very tough. Just lost in overtime. We'll be playing without Liv Miller, who was there for about three quarters of that game. But as we saw tonight, those 2 other sophomores can step up, and I think they will. And I think it's going to be a very competitive game Monday.
Yep, that'll be key, is having some of those players that started out as kind of role players earlier in the year, to be playing with confidence next Monday night and to be able to hold their own. So I think that's about it for the night.
That's all I got. Thank you, Coach. It was fun doing this, and I'm glad we got a Lady Cats win.
I appreciate everybody joining us, and I think we're going to sign off for now. Thanks again, and good luck to the Lady Wildcats next Monday night.
Yep, go Cats.